Good morning, Metaverse. I'm Thor with the OCG Guild, and I'm going to go over my daily routine for Star Atlas, the claiming of rewards, management of my ships, and compounding of my assets. Since my first video, I've refined my system and made it much more streamlined and added a few tools that I hope will give you some ideas of what you can do to improve your system a whole bunch. First, we have the home page, and I love that alien's insightful glare. I go down to my faction fleet and I take just a brief inventory of what ships are in the red and need to be resupplied. Okay, so I have a few, and what I'm going to do is one by one, I'm going to go down and check under the management fleet and look for the amount of percent that it needs or that it's at. So I can see on fleet data that food is at 6%. So what I've done is I've created actually a spreadsheet that helps me manage my fleet resources. And so I'm going to go to that now, and here's the Excel spreadsheet. So what I have here is a place for all of my ships and the quantity of ships that I own. And then I have a column for food, fuel, ammo, and toolkits. And down at the bottom, this adds up all the resources that I need in each category, factors in for what I have in my inventory currently, and also for the extra Atlas costs and transaction fees. It then gives me a total amount of Atlas that I will need for each resource in order to fill those areas, and a grand total. And the way that this works is I tied these boxes to percentages over on the side. And so I have my Opal Jet and I have food was at 6%. So I just type in the 6%. And what this does is it propagates what that 6% of the daily resources that it needs, or its total resources that it needs. And so the Opal Jet will need 1,391.2 of the food resource. And that's because I have 20 of those Opal Jets. Okay. So each jet has a max of 420, but I have a whole fleet of 20 Opal Jets, and so that calculates it out for me. So I'm going to be doing that, and we'll keep it on this screen, but that's what I'll be doing in the background to come up with the numbers that I need in order to resupply my ships. So I'm going to go through here real quick and start resupplying the resources that need it. Fuel is 53%, ammo is 72%, and the toolkits is 49%. Great. On to the next. Pierce X6. Now I have one Pierce X6. Come down to my X6s. This. Management. And my resources say I have a day, 2 days, and 7 days. So if I have more than 1 day of resources in that ship, then I'm just going to pass and move on to the next one. Unless I'm expected to be out of town or unable to get to it within a day. Okay, so now we're on to the ERP, and the food will last for another day and 10 hours. The ammo will last for another day, and the tool repair kits and the fuel are definitely low. So I'm going to refill those. So I go to my ERP and I hit fuel is at 10%. I enter that in, and toolkit is at 10%. And I think for this one, I'm actually going to put in the ammo as well, which is 12%, just in case it takes me a little bit more than a day to get back to resupplying everything. Okay, on to the next one. Food for the Pierce 4 is going to be 3%, which I can actually see on the side here, and I know which ones they are. Fuel is good, ammo is good, repair is at 4%. Okay, on to the next one. My Opal Jet, I'm going to redo all of it because these are all within hours. I'll do the ammo as well and just hit resupply all to make that a faster transaction. So we got our Opal Jet racing in style, and we've got 18% or 16%, sorry, 16%, 29%, 70%, 22%. Okay, on to the next. Jesus Amboy. Let's see, you got 1 day, 14 hours, 2 days, 6 days, repairs in good shape. All right, on to the next. Pierce X5. We're gonna have to redo these resources. I'm okay with doing all of those. Set up correctly. The next. Rainbow needs some stuff. So our fuel's at 15. Fuel, 8% for fuel. It's at 15 hours, 8%. Our ammo is good for a day and 5 hours, and then our repair needs to be done. It's at 9%. Next. All right, let's see. 1 day, 1 day, 1 day. I'm going to get the health up on my Rainbow Ohm. Repair is going to be at 13%. Wonderful. Calico evac looks pretty good. Yeah, we got well over a day, almost 2 days on that. R8 food is down to hours, so we're going to put food back into the R8, which is at 15%. Everything else looks good. The fleet repair 25% for the R8 is probably fine. Then just check this. All right, Tufa is in good shape. Fantastic. Okay, I'm going to come back over to the Excel spreadsheet just so you can see what it looks like. Okay, so I have all of my resources that I'm going to be purchasing, and it comes down to a grand total. I'm going to go back over to my inventory and see what I currently have in resource inventory and update that. So I actually have 5,630. I'm sorry. Oh, here we go. 851. This is 5,630, and ammo is 8,262, and I don't have any repair kits in my inventory. Okay, and so that tells me exactly what I need to know for going to the marketplace. Head back over to the marketplace, and I go to my resources, and now I know that for food, I'm going to purchase at the lowest price possible, 95,541, which actually you want to make sure to check that you have enough Atlas. So total Atlas needed is 506 Atlas. So I'm going to have to actually claim some rewards. I need to get 506, which I will go and claim the rewards here, which is more than 506. Then I'll go to the marketplace. Never show up to the store without money. Doesn't work out too well. All right, so 95,541, so I'll do 550 at the lowest price. And this shows up that the buy should cost 58.84 Atlas and change. And so that is exactly what I have down here, okay? So right down there, that tells me that my math is correct, that I've inputted everything the way I should. So I come back here and I purchase and wait for pending order, initiate, then I will approve and wait for that green box. Come on, blockchain. There we go. All right, that's great. And then we go back and get my fuel. Buy. And I've got 50,674, so I put 680. I check my number, 72.18. Perfect. Okay. And we buy. And just go through that process for each of the resources. Here we go. Approve. On to the next. Ammo at the inexpensive price of 0.002, which is 83.6. I'm sorry, 38,803. So we'll do 810. And I do that just to make sure that I have enough. The time elapse between when I checked it and when I actually take care of it. So my toolkit is 166710. So I'll put 20. There we go. Purchase. Wait for the approval, and I approve. Go to my inventory, and I start claiming my resources, food, ammo, fuel, and then toolkits will be coming in. We got to refresh. So toolkits just popped up. Let's see if we can get those in here. All right, settling a lot of transactions. But by grouping the purchases together, you cut down on the transactions significantly, especially if you have multiple different fleets. If you have a large number of ships, but they're all the same type of ship, it'll be considered one fleet. But if you have multiple types of ships, then it'll be multiple fleets. And I like variety. We don't really know which ship is going to be better than the next at the moment until we start getting into the actual gameplay and specific missions. So now that I have all my resources claimed, I'm going to go in here and go to the resources. Now for the Opal Jet, I'm refresh all of it. So pair all up, make sure that you have everything claimed. There's a lot of green boxes flying around, so I lost track. Okay, settling a transaction. There we go. That's the green box that I want. Sometimes you just gotta be a little bit. Okay, we're gonna approve. Why is there an issue? There should be no issues. I have all my resources. Faction, manage, resupply all. Saying my inventory balance isn't right. Okay, so if you run into issues like this where your inventory says that it has enough, but it's telling you when you try to resupply that there isn't anything in your inventory, just check out, okay? Log back into the website and just refresh it. with all those transactions, and remember, this is beta. I mean, yeah, this is still in alpha in many cases, and they're still developing this marketplace, so it's not perfect yet, and we have to remember that. And so I go on here and I'm going to replace everything with my X5. Let's see if it allows it to go through this time. It should be fully refreshed and all these guys should pop up full bars. And there we go. Okay. So that's all it really took, was refreshing the page. Okay. Now I'm going to go through each one of these and I'm going to use my spreadsheet and look at the columns, which resources I have set up. So my Rainbow Chi, I have fuel and tools. So those are the ones that I'm going to resupply. I'm going to fill that up, apply it. And though it's not perfect, I would like to just do one resupply all transaction to keep things simple, or as simple as possible. I also don't want to allocate extra funds to supplies that are just going to be burning for an extra 2 to 3 days, when I could collect that atlas and maybe purchase another ship today and get that compounding interest from those resources. So instead of locking up all of my assets in resources, in disposable resources like food, fuel, ammo, and repair kits, I can purchase another ship and be making money with that. And so that's something that I decided to do with my system. So the Rainbow Chi is getting repaired, or the Rainbow Ohm is getting repaired. And these are things that you can work through and make your own decisions on how you think to best allocate those resources. But my focus is always on getting my money to make me money as much as possible, as often as possible. Have it in the making money column for the longest period of time. And so I'm just using my Excel spreadsheet as sort of a legend to remember which resources are going to be replenished on each ship, and go through quite quickly. My ERP was going to get food, ammo, and fuel. Max those out. Okay. Opal Jet was getting everything. Resupply all. X6s were good. Opal Jets are getting everything. Pierce 8s are good. Okay. So once I've finished that, then I know all of my ships are refilled and making me money. Okay. And then from my Excel spreadsheet, I can also go back and check my fleet, put a little bit more together down here. And so I know that this fleet is making roughly $85 a day. So if I look at the time that it took to do that, was about 20 minutes. So $85 in 20 minutes. And then from here, that's all that I need to do. And I can go on to the next play to earn game and claim my rewards, Town Star, or play Axie Infinity or something like that, or go out and get lunch. Either way, good day's work. That is my claiming process and my management of ships. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't worry about liking or subscribing, but if you know somebody who would find this information useful and would take action and implement it, then please share it with them. I'd love to see the real action takers benefit from this incredible combination of cryptocurrency, play to earn gaming, and business financing. If you can do that, then today was a good day.